Good morning, dear students. In Environmental Studies Part 2, we have already completed our lesson number 2, History and the Concept of Time. So, to revise that lesson, you will be playing with me a quiz time. Are you ready, children, to play quiz time with me? That's great. You will be getting 30 seconds to think and to write that answer in your notebook. I hope you all must have read this lesson thoroughly. You must write this answer either in one word or in one sentence each. Dear children, as we studied that there are different methods of reckoning time. Time is continuous, but for our convenience, we divide it into periods. This means that we divide the day into two parts, day and night. Our earth rotates around its axis at a certain speed. Similarly, it also revolves round the sun. Because of the earth's rotation, day and night are causes. So, my first question is, how many hours does the earth takes to complete one rotation? Your time starts now. Very good. And the answer is the earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation around its own axis. These 24 hours are approximately divided into 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of night. A period of daytime and the following night together make one day. 7 days from Monday to Sunday make 1 week. 2 weeks make a fortnight. 4 weeks make a month. 12 months make a year. In this manner, we reckon time in bigger and bigger units. 1 year is followed by another, and when 100 years go by, a century is completed. When 10 centuries, that is 1000 years are gone, a millennium is completed. This is one method of dividing time. So my next question is, what does the method of dividing time is known as? Dear children, don't forget that you have only 30 seconds to think. Your time starts now. That's great, dear children. And the correct answer is, a method of dividing time is known as a unilinear division of time. In the unilinear division of time, years that follow one after the other are arranged in serial order. In history books also, a chain of events that follow one after the other is presented in a linear and serial manner. For this, usually we refer to the CE or AD. Dear children, what does CE or AD indicates? Your time starts now. That's fantastic, dear children. We usually refer to the Common Era, that is Christian Era, that is CE, and Anno Domini. In short, we say AD, which means in the year of our Lord. The calendar we use today is based on the Christian era, now called the Common Era. This era began in memory of Jesus Christ. The first year of this era is the year when it began. The first 100 years, that is, the first century of this era, is written as 1 to 100 CE or 1 to 100 AD. Similarly, the first millennium of this era is written as 1 to 1000 CE or 1 to 1000 AD. Now, my next question is, what does BCE means? Your time starts now. Well done, my children. You all are going well. Now check your answer. The period before the Common Era is known as BCE or before Christ. In short, we say BC. Remember, children, the years of this period are counted and written in reverse order. So, the first century before the Common Era is indicated as 100 to 1 BCE, and the first millennium before the Common Era is indicated as 1000 to 1 BCE. Now my next question is, which era did Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj start? You have 30 seconds only. So, write fast. That's great, dear children. We know that Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had started a new era or Shaka known as Rajyabhishek Shaka in 1674 AD to commemorate his coronation. Shalivahan Shaka and Vikram Samvat are two eras that are used in India. Now, my next question is, in which two periods is the time in history is divided? Wow, you all are doing well. The time in history is divided into two main periods. First one is prehistoric period and the second one is historic period. Prehistoric means no written records are available by which to write its history. And the historic period means written records are available using which we can write history. Now the last question of this quiz time is, which two scientific methods are used to estimate the age of the layers of soil and the remains found in them? Dear children, you can pause this video to read this question again. That's fantastic, my dear children. You all have done well. There are many layers of soil deposited one above the other under the surface of the ground. The period of these layers and of the remains found in them cannot be stated definitely in terms of dates. However, a rough estimate of how many years ago they existed can certainly be made using scientific methods such as carbon 14 analysis, and second one is tree rings analysis, that is called dendrochronology. These methods are known as dating techniques. Dear children, I hope you all must have enjoyed this quiz. In next session, you will be having one more quiz on lesson number 3. So read that lesson thoroughly. Till that time, bye.